They accomplished what we did. Me and John, we been away, we been created a drip. They been trying to copy us. They hated to see what we was creating. They didn't want to see us make it far, but we kept going, and we never stopped.
Peace, beloved, peace. I am here today, taking over the dojo. I am here with Young Content. I'm so excited. I'm turning the mic on him. We hope you like the talisman. He gave those to you, transferring good energy. He spent a lot of time on them, so I hope they're close to your heart. I am here to kind of shine the light on our amazing, amazing host, who's usually here shining the light on others. So without further ado, I bring you Young Content.
Whoa! How the hell did you raid the Oh, hold on. I'm muted. Let me unmute myself. Let me unmute myself. Peace, beloved.
There you are.
Why did you raid the dojo? Who left the dojo unlocked? Come on, guys. Ninjas.
You just
gurus.
forgot.
You just can't come around when a pretty NFT girl comes and unlocks the dojo? Sheesh. Now I'm locked out.
Well, we let you back in because we have many questions for you today. You're always giving us like the best content ever. And, you know, for us out there, we're trying to get information on you, learn who you are, and there's just really not that much out there. And so, I don't know, you're a man of mystery. So I decided, why don't we interview you?
Oh man, there is probably a criminal record out there. You just didn't find it. You gotta really search deep for those things.
I didn't look up your real name, you know,
Thank God.
just in case. Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. You seem like you have the stream under control. I mean, you were in the control room.
Oh, God.
There's a lot of gremlins and ninjas running around, so just be careful. Careful what you touch. There is a red button there that takes us to another planet. Just, you seem like you're under control. Holy shit.
Yeah, I have elves, so they help me out whenever they can.
Oh, snap. And you got the soundboard ready too, right?
I do.
Okay, cool. Soundboard is ready. We know the dojo loves the soundboard. Sorry, guys. I will be back. But yeah, any first questions you have?
Yes, I have many. First, I want to say, you know, here with the Sensei, I'm so excited. We met for the first time on a rooftop amongst performing ballet dancers, a saxophone player, and the pseudo twins. Do you even remember?
Yes, I do remember that. That was the RSOP Gutter Cat event. Everybody was their best dressed. There was nice cocktails everywhere. Beautiful New York scene. And then I saw you come in with the Soto sisters, and I was like, homage. Always pay homage to the NFT alpha ladies. But yeah, it's always an honor to bump into the homies. You guys are the homies.
Yeah, and I just thought you had really great energy. I was like, man, I hope I get to see that guy again, you know, in the NFT realm. And since then, you know, I've been following you on Twitter. I've been like seeing all the stuff that you're doing. I think you're just a fascinating person in general. You create different types of content. You worked with world-class brands. So I learned.
We'll try.
Yeah, you've worked with Drop Tech, which is something that I've never seen before, and I think that's really way cool. I've seen you around everywhere, but you're not like an oversaturated person. You're like calm, cool, collected. You bring good energy, but still, you're a man of mystery. So I know that you've been making content since you're 14. You started your YouTube channel 3 years ago. You have been through all this stuff, and so I'm just like, who are you? How did you get from Seoul to New York City?
For real. Just so you know, there is another young content out there that is I wouldn't say the original one. It's, you know, I've been doing young content since 2014, so there's another young content out there. I think it goes by content, but I'm content.
Oh, content.
So there's definitely a Siamese twin thing going on. But I have been doing YouTube since 14. I have done a lot of blue chip collaborations. I'm just a broken man trying to tell his story and trying to share a good energy while I do it. There's really no secret about me. People think I'm mysterious, but you know, I kind of am. I am a Capricorn, so we're very mysterious people. I know you know the signs pretty well.
I love Capricorns.
And yeah, I just try not to give all my mystery away. That's why we just dropped this talisman to the dojo. It's a NFT for my community. Hasn't dropped yet, but I'm all about just seeing people where they're at and kind of just stoking their fire.
Tell us more about the talisman, though. I want to know, like, where did it come from for you? Why?
You ever seen Jackie Chan? The cartoon?
Yes.
That was the talisman in there that I always fell in love with. And I was like, what better way to reward my dojo than giving them... So there's 4 talismans. There's the Alpha Talisman, which is a dragon. There's the Wisdom Talisman, which is an owl. There's a Monkey Talisman, which is about engagement. And then there's the Buffalo, which is about helpfulness. So when I see the dojo doing cool things, I ended up giving them that talisman. It's an honor to receive. And then if they collect all 4, then they unlock something. So I'm all about bringing that, you know, I'm not the best Web3, you know, I'm not the dead fella. I'm not a BAYC, but I try to do it intentionally, organically, hands-on. That's the way I do it.
That's awesome. I mean, you know, not everyone can be 10K project, right? Like, you have a very specific area that you work in and that you're really good at. And so I think like talisman to reward the people who are around you is a really great idea, because they do look up to you anyway. So pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have a talisman in your own collection? No. You know what those are, right?
Yes, but no, I don't. I have been told before I should do that.
You should?
Yes, that's what I've been told.
Okay. I give you all permission to talisman everything out for sure. You don't need my permission. So you're good.
But yeah, so I just curious, like, how you started in crypto. I mean, I did read about your super crazy story about your crypto robbery. So I just wondered, like, how did you get from point A to point B to point C? So you're in crypto already, and then all of that happened, and you seemingly like revamped and restarted. So I'm just curious, like, lead us down the road before that.
Yeah, I definitely will. So I born and raised in Jersey, so that no one really knows that. So moved to North Carolina in 2015, and my mother was a hard-working nurse, underpaid in Jersey, came to Charlotte, and don't care about doxing myself. And literally that from that point on was kind of a disappointment to my parents. They wanted me to be a scientist. They kept on saying, be a scientist. You know, I am a mad scientist now, a black sheep style, but they wanted me to do all the collegiate route, and haha to that. And and I literally at 19 dropped out of college. I remember literally looking at it was a psychology class, and you know those big lecture rooms, and yeah. I'm sitting all the way on the top like a movie theater, and you know, I'm starting to fall asleep. When your eyes get heavy and you fucking lean forward, just keep on. That happens over and over. And then I just say, fuck it. And I just walk out of the class. Teacher's like, where are you going? And I'm like, I'm going home. And from that point, there was a friend of mine named Denny. Met him on Instagram randomly on this like live app called Rise, which was like this social media app where you saw like Omegle, and talked to me about crypto. That was 2016. I ended up aping into a bunch of bullshit projects, but through it, you know, I just sharpened my sword, and I got better and I got better. Fast forward to becoming the best version of myself, losing it in LA, and I was with a beautiful muralist, a really famous now, named Garden of Journey. So shout out to you, beloved. She was a beautiful black female artist, and she was with me during the robbery. That was a really low point in our relationship. I had to reevaluate. You know, I was trying to buy her a ring with the shit, with the crypto. I was trying to get married. I was trying to do all the chivalrous things, and I just hit rock bottom, and it really affected me mentally. And but I didn't stay there. I said, hey, I'm gonna turn the camera on, and I'm gonna go full young content personality, the sensei of the culture. And at that time it was just some words, but now it's become a real manifestation of the vibes and the way I can like alchemize pain and alchemize good energy to people, even though I'm feeling sometimes shitty or the days are not good, but people are counting on me. So through that, I ended up getting a lot of I just ended up reinvesting in some really cool flips. One of the flips that really helped me out was Top Shot. Another one was Parallel, and that just set me. One of them was Gutter Cats, and now I'm here, and we're still so fucking early, so I don't really feel like I'm anywhere.
That makes sense. That was just like tough to watch, actually. When I went back to your YouTube, I think it's one of the first 2 videos, and you were just like, I'm going to be reborn as of this moment. And you were just like, I've lost everything, but you know what? I had to. And I just thought that was like so crazy, because a lot of people in their vulnerable moments would never ever dream to like put that out. And that was like very touching to me, because not everybody's willing to do that, you know, or to like look at themselves in that light. So I just thought that was like really noble of you, and like, you know, a very, very vulnerable place for you to share with us.
Dude, I've never heard anyone ever say that shit to me, so that is like super fucking encouraging. No one really knows that when they do go back into the YouTube, you can find that. No one really knows how to find that, and it's crazy you found that.
No, I just, I just sorted by oldest because I was like, I got to find out about this guy. And it was like the 2-minute trailer. And then it was like you and like dead silence, just you.
Yeah.
And you sitting on the stool and then telling the story about how, you are starting from zero. But like not just telling the story, you could just really see it. You could see it in your face and your body language that like, even though these things are happening, like you were super ready to start over. And so I'm just curious, like, was that video your very first step to starting over, or were you like starting before that?
That was, it's funny that you say that, because I asked my ex at that time, I was like, yo, let me borrow like $2,000. I know how to flip $2,000 into 20 grand. Trust me. So I do owe her a big shout out for believing in me at that time to lend me $2,000. And then we did a GoFundMe. So shout out to all the homies that go in the GoFundMe that kind of helped raise like $4,000. That was cool. And so with that $6,000, I had it. I just literally invested in a camera and kind of like defaulted on the credit of it, but this is the camera I use still to this day, no shame in that.
Yeah.
And so it was literally just a combo. It was just like a when an unstoppable force meets an unmovable object, it's just boom, it just happens. It was just something that just happened.
I love that you said that. That's great. Yeah, no, I don't know, there was something about that video where I was like, holy shit, like I'm actually witnessing like the moment that he is like beginning again. And so I thought that was actually really inspiring, because where you've come since then is just kind of like astronomical, right? Like, I mean, maybe not to you, but even just looking at that video and then scrolling through all these videos that you put up since then, I didn't even count how many there were, but I mean, you've had like tons of really amazing people on your show. You've grown. You went from like doing, you still do. All your mixed content is like, sometimes you do shows and sometimes you do skits, which are really funny. And so I'm just curious, like how did that experience, or how did starting over again inform like all the content that you make? Because you go like through various stages and things. Yeah. So I'm just curious. Yeah. Like tell us about
stages. Those are some wild stages from like vlogging to, being vulnerable, to shot comedy, to NFTs, to like podcasts. And it's just weird because in 2016, 2017, NFTs weren't sexy. Shit was not sexy. So your evaluations here, I think CryptoPunks at the time were 300, and we're buying this stuff, but we're just like, okay, no one gives a fuck about this shit. Like no one cares. We see the future utility of it, but everyone thinks we're weird. And so, I met a really great friend of mine, Tony, at an art show. He's my partner at Young Content. And he was like, dude, we should do shot comedy like Sacha Baron Cohen. You're funny, you got a vibe. And I'm like, dude, you really gonna have me dressing up and tidy whities and shit and just running around like a menace? He's like, yeah, we're gonna do that. And through that, I did a bunch of shot comedy, different characters, Teddy Baldwin, a presidential candidate named Nagler Ross, just a bunch of funny different characters that still live within me. And we really thought we would go to Hollywood. We really just said, hey, this is our big break. This is before NFTs are back burner. It's like, okay, we're going to take comedy to the next level. We got to get out of here. But it ended up just being a lesson. It ended up just being something we just kind of just made us better when it comes to our stage presence, better with people, also better with the self, to not, who gives a fuck about judgment. It really just was a beautiful soup that made me even better. And from that point, Top Shot started popping off. You had like Cryptoad and all these people coming out making content. I'm like, dude, this is perfect for me. And you could say I just capitalized on opportunity, but I was kind of already made for it, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really cool that you like you said, you have these vulnerable moments, you have like a show content with a guest, and like then you have your like, I don't know if it's improv or scripted, but they're like involved. It's not just like one camera, like there's like other things happening and going on. I was like, he spent a lot of time like doing this, and it's just really amazing that you had like all those other people too that believed in it as well. And I just think that's really cool. And you know, even though like maybe I don't really know if you guys did the Hollywood thing, but like now with Web3, like you have this completely new opportunity to kind of like take this and run too. So what do you think about that? Have you thought about that?
Yeah. There's been so many Web3 people that have come to me and said, hey, we need to get you on a comedy, like a kind of like the Silicon Valley type of show for Web3. And I'm like, I will only do it if the homies, like OGs, can like really be represented, like you and all the OGs. I think there's a really great opportunity to make people laugh around NFTs because everything is just so serious and all the time. And I think we need to like joke and just put pie in our face. It's and really get just weird and funny with the shit, because that's what's coming. It's gonna come if we're not gonna make it. Some people that are not in part of this community are gonna come and swoop in and read a script,
and they'll make it. They'll make it.
So it's gonna happen. There's a lot of people asking for it. It's just, you know, separating the weed from the chaff and figuring out who's serious. But you're in LA. You're in the perfect spot. I need to move to that spot.
Well, I'm not so much like in front of the camera type. Like I think I would be too nervous. But I mean, you have like a whole like personality, a whole story, and like actually your come up is like pretty crazy. I do want to talk about that. So I just think that you would be like the perfect person to do it, especially if you're like parodying yourself. Like
one day it might happen.
You should not hesitate. I mean, it could happen. You could just do it. You could just do it. For
sure. I really need to thanks for the fire in my ass, because that's I really need to get my I Love Lucy on for sure.
I feel like if you walked into any like Netflix or like Hulu and just kind of like gave them some sort of pitch, like you would just be in. It would just happen, because like this is the hot new thing anyway, and you might as well like control the narrative around, you know, the comedy aspect of it. So I don't know.
There's that Capricorn side of me. It's just like I want to be left alone a little bit too. So it's tough to battle between your yin and your yang, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. No, it's a big commitment if you were to do that. But I think also, like, you know, you're born for it. You're making all this content, and you could always do it on your own terms too, you know, which is what you've been doing. So you're a builder too, you know. So I don't know.
Thank you for your encouraging. Yeah. I really want to do some comedy with your ape Kiki. So keep that on the table, please. Keep that on. She's
funny.
For real. I know. I heard you're gonna get like Sarah Silverman to do her voiceover.
Oh shoot! Yeah,
is that true?
I mean, yeah, it might be true. Don't tell anybody. It's not ready to be out there yet.
Sheesh. Oh, that could be the sheesh time. I mean, she just pressed the sheesh, not me.
I pressed the sheesh.
She did. She has the soundboard. I don't.
My elf. Yeah. My elf went to go visit.
Thank you, elf.
Yeah. So let's talk about your Top Shot, because I think maybe about a third of the way in, it's like content, pack rip.
For real.
And then I was like, okay, yeah, it was like very obvious that was kind of just like a new realm for you. And then suddenly there were like, you know, like rapid fire, like Top Shot things and Gen Pseudo. And so I'm just curious, like, let's talk about those days, and how did you find Top Shot? How did you come into this? Talk about your trading, your cards, your accounts, all that.
Great question. I came into Top Shot thanks to DCL Bloggers Discord. If you were a part of NFTs, you were in that Discord because it was like the only Discord around. And if you don't know Maddie DCL, you know, super OG Decentraland. Well, he's super evergreen, super dope. He makes great content. He got verified. And someone posted their NBA Top Shot happening. That was in May, June, late May. I was like, okay, NBA cards. I see all these degenerates buying boxes of cards and ripping them. I really didn't know anything about the space. Perfect. Swoop in. And I swooped in June. This was when Pranksy was in the Discord, and I would be like, you know, kind of trolling the Discord in a sense. Not really. I kind of a troll in that Discord. And people, you know, they either love me or hate me in that motherfucker, for real, because I'll make memes that are just like pumping bags and stuff, and I don't mean to pump the bags. I just like the memes. They make me laugh, and you know, I'm not a whale like most people, but my collection started with, I really wish it started with that rookie. What was that rookie pack? That first Genesis rookie debut that with Tyler Hero in it, like the rookie Tyler Hero, and it had
yeah, I don't remember what it's called, but
yeah, rookie debut. But my next pack, I think, was something around like throwdown, throwdowns, like big dunks.
OG.
And then I ended up getting like a Kobe tribute from a pack rip, which was like my baby. Super loving my Kobe tribute dunk, and then sold my legendaries, like just my legendary moments. Started flipping that into buying like the bottom of the floors, like dollar moments, $2 moments, $3 moments, accumulating as much as possible, and then it just took off. And I was a dumbass because I didn't take any profit.
Oh no. Well, but we had a lot of fun. But I'm also like tripping. You like got the Kobe tribute in a pack.
In a pack.
Like, oh my god.
Number 267.
Wow. That's kind of like nearly impossible now, you know, to get that kind of card or moment.
Yeah, it really is. It really makes me mad that, you know, you can't get those Disneyland moments anymore in Top Shot. Like we really took it for granted how many Disneyland moments we got.
Yeah, and there were just not a lot of people, like, you know, so you guys couldn't you guys get multiple packs then too?
Yeah, there was a time where the packs were just chilling on the floor, like the Genesis Commons. There was like 10,000 of them just hanging out. We'll come back to them. And now, you know, you see the queues and like bots and it's like so many demand. It's wild.
That's absolutely wild. I can't believe that. So do you still Top Shot? Do you still have your account intact? Like, what do you?
Yeah, I still Top Shot for sure. I've always will be thankful to Top Shot and Jacob's weird self and yeah, I love Top Shot. I think it's amazing. I got some NFL. I didn't dabble in UFC. I pulled an Odell Beckham on the NFL.
Nice.
Yeah, you still dabbling too? I mean, I heard you did a big purchase, huh?
Oh yes. I haven't even told anybody yet.
Don't tell anyone.
including.
Just wait for Twitter.
Yeah. I was just curious about that because, like, yeah, now we have like NFL all day, and I'm not that into football. So, I mean, I know like certain players, I know certain teams, I'll root for teams, all that. So it's just kind of like replacing my Top Shot experience and in terms of like pack ripping, even though I I got a legendary, but it was like a punter, you know? So I sold that so I could buy other things, but you know, yeah, like you said, the Disneyland moment's not really there. So do you think that you're like forever going to be a Top Shot NFL person like throughout, or do you like expect to sell your account one day? Or?
No, I expect to give that account to my kids one day. And it's funny because, you know, the Top Shot created all these content creators, and I feel like they had to pivot. Like we all had to pivot simultaneously. Some were later than others to the entire Web3 world. And if it wasn't for Top Shot, most of us wouldn't know about Web3. So you got to give credit where credit is due. You were formed, the Soto Sisters were formed, you know, the first Mint was formed. There's so many, Schiller was formed. There's just so much people I got to give honor and credit to that came out of this thing.
Yeah, it truly is history. I mean, that's how I learned about Top Shot, through you guys. You know, I watched you guys. I watched all the streams. I followed all the Twitters and all of that just to like get an idea of what was going on. And back in those days, there weren't very many people. So you guys were the experts for sure. And
were you losing sleep with Roham just doing stealth drops and this, that, the third? That was so wild at that time. Losing sleep out the wazoo.
Because there was negative reason to do it. Like, to sleep meant that you might be sleeping on like, you know, some card or moment that would, you know, make your account. So it was hard.
For sure, man. For sure. I'm just waiting for them to come out with some Kobe card, and then I can just sell my, you know, gutter cat and just go in on that. I'm just joking. I won't sell gutter cat.
I was gonna say, I don't believe that you would sell your gutter cat.
I mean, dude, for a Kobe moment.
Would you really
paying a premium for Kobe moment? Yeah. You have to.
Good. Okay. Yeah, I would sell big things too to get the Kobe moment.
Someone said
It just would depend.
Cody Clearman, I see your comment from her computer. I'm not reading it from mine. Okay, it says I got into NFTs after Top Shot, missed that wave, but love sports. I need to Marty McFly.
Don't we all?
Marty McFly, for sure.
That's something that somebody asked me, like, if I could do anything in my life, what would I do? And I was like, I would seriously build a time machine so I could go back in time to my beginning Top Shot days and just really like do it differently.
What would you do differently?
I mean, back then I really didn't have a strategy. I was doing it for fun, probably much like I didn't come into it the way that you came into it. Like the way that you approached it was a little bit different because you were seasoned in that way, and I just never collected anything at all. So I think it was different in that way. But wouldn't we have made different decisions with our NFTs if we had a time machine?
Easily.
What would be one of yours?
What a great question. I think one of mine would have been I would have loaded up on those running backs. Like I really would. I really would spend like I would have tried to got 10 running backs or just buy them as soon as they hit the floor.
Yeah.
And
Those
then
are
sell
now
them
very,
at
very
peak.
valuable.
That's the perfect time.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. I probably would have stacked up a little bit more on the LaMelo. Definitely when it came out. I mean, like now is again like astronomical price. There's just a lot of
what is the LaMelo going for right now?
I want to say.
Don't tell me.
You know what? I haven't looked at it.
He's all-star. He's literally an
money.
all-star now. He's going crazy. He's bringing the Hornets to Valhalla in the playoffs. I don't know what that boy is doing, but he must be doing something special. That price is up.
Yeah, he's doing special things. And also just like in general, like being liquid for, you know, when the market's down, like buying stuff up at fire sale prices, you know, like those kinds of things I wish I had thought about before. But, you know, I was always like listening to Girl Dad, and Girl Dad was always like season one. And I still don't have enough season one. So that's something that's like on my docket. But I'm curious about you. And after Top Shot, what was the first NFT that you bought?
Okay, after Top Shot, I was going really crazy into Decentraland wearables. So, you know, they used to have like these like Halloween hunts, and it's so fucking nerdy, and these Christmas hunts. And if you found the really ultra legendary like puzzle, you got these like wearables, and they would sell for like crazy. So I was doing a lot of Decentraland stuff, metaverse land buying, and really just honing in on Top Shot, especially with the snipers. Started introducing kind of like the snipers to the live streams, like Willis and Can't Stop Mike, and just some of these names. And I think it was probably Decentraland that, I mean, Bored Apes, that happened in what, May, right?
Yes, when it sold out, yep.
Yeah, and that was the catalyst. So, I mean, I'm heavy in Gods Unchained. I cannot not say Gods Unchained because I was collecting a ton of Gods Unchained. And I lost a lot during the robbery, but I ended up getting some good packs, and I still have Gods Unchained, even though it's not really going anywhere. But that's the thing. You play this game. This is the game we play.
I hear about it all the time from Steph. Steph is like constantly like, play me.
For sure, you would love it. It's a fun game to learn.
I'm sure it is. And actually, I did see that was like one of your oldest videos too. Like you were going into Gods Unchained. So you were teaching people how to use it, or like
teaching people what kind of the types are, the rarities, what you should be looking for, kind of maybe the undervalued cards. Like this one card named Jason's Muse. That shit was like fucking 0.2 at the time. Now it's sitting at a good 5-6 ETH. You know, it's a really powerful OP, overpowered card for the game. Yeah, it's just always been that type to just try to look out for the people. Man of the people.
Yeah, of course. That's great. I love that. And do you play any other games? Like, are you into other stuff other than Gods Unchained?
No, I mean, the game space. I mean, did you play the ape game? That
I didn't play it. No.
I feel like that was like the most intuitive, not in how would you say, what the fuck is the word?
Intuitive?
ingenuitive type of fucking game
Oh,
that we've seen in Play to Earn. I don't think it's necessarily even a Play to Earn game, but it just seems fun. It just was it fun? I didn't play it.
There were people who didn't sleep for like a week. Some of my friends, they were awake like all hours of the day playing because they really wanted to get on the leaderboard. But on top of that, they just thought it was so fun and they were like delirious.
Shout out to that. That's what we really need. I wouldn't say Gods Unchained is, it's not necessarily like the game like Fortnite that's gonna take us to mass adoption, or like Minecraft. I really want that to happen in NFTs, but I really think there's one person that really can do it faster than the rest, and it's gonna be Huxley. So I'm really looking forward to when Huxley drops their video game, because it's already in development with us, small, big, medium, large studios.
Yeah, I mean, like they have like a former studio head, right? Like behind the whole thing. And I actually heard about Huxley for the first time maybe a month ago. Hummed and hawed. But then I'm seeing like you knew about this for months. So just curious, like where do you get your information, or like how is it that you read? Like what research do you do? What is your mindset when you're going into this? And how did Huxley catch your eye?
Yeah, I literally go into a dark dungeon downstairs below here, literally vertically, and pray to these witches, and I'm just joking. No, I literally spend a lot of time researching people's backgrounds. I'm like a private investigator, really. If you really want to talk about it, I'm very, private PI, yeah, it just things click for me, and I kind of have these aha moments. And there was an article that I read that when you can find something with nuance, like that's precious. So Bored Apes are nuance. These things, I always try to find the things that are nuanced, and I go ape shit on it. And I tell the dojo, and I tell people, and some people listen, some people don't, but nuance when it hits you. So it's a feeling.
Yeah. You just knew there was something special. I mean, even just the covers themselves. I mean, like you don't see that kind of like NFT cover or concept around. Like this is stuff that you would see at Comic-Con, really. Like.
Okay.
Yeah, you just said the nerdiest thing that a bunch of people in Dojo love. Yeah, very Comic-Con. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No, I mean the art, the skill level, the quality of the work is just like, it makes you pause. So like what was it about Huxley, and like how, I don't know what you have, like what items do you have, what NFTs? Oh
yeah, I got a bunch of issue ones. I'm looking to retire early by 33 because I went big on this thing. Like, I wanted to go big on Punk's comics, but I missed it because I was so illiquid at the time. But since Parallel changed like the whole thing for me, I'm like, I will never ever in my life miss PV version 2, Pixel Vault version.
Yeah.
So
I just knew
that would be either better than PV or on the same level of PV, and I had to, you've seen what the comics of issue 1 did. You see the ape coins, you see what they did with Elite Apes, you see what they're doing, like they're trying to be the metaverse of Disney. I couldn't miss it. And talking to Ben and meeting him in New York, and him sitting down with me and eating pizza was a special thing. And I knew from that point, like, the guy's like a 40-year-old, like 12-year-old, and I'm like, he just loves to tell story, and he's hot, nice. He like looks you in the eye. He's not a douche. He's like super nice, and that's the stuff I love, and that's why I invest in people.
And it just like, you knew that he like eats, sleeps, breathes like Huxley, and you can tell too. I mean, like the level of work that they put into everything is just kind of like mind blowing.
For him to hold that trailer for a whole year without leaking it,
insane.
Is just beyond me, because people in this generation are just like, oh, check me out, check this out, look at me, all these highlights, and he just keeps it quiet. It's wild.
Yeah. Did he tell you at all over pizza that he had that, or like hinted towards?
Damn, you asking all the crazy questions, man.
What? I just want to know.
QB says, great show, fam. Shout out to QB, legendary gutter, a full gold. What's the alpha? Steph Soto in the building says, what's the alpha? You're the alpha.
I'm her big. Yeah.
APO.
Exactly.
All right, so you asked the secret question. I was sitting down in the NFT NYC. You were there too. You could have been in this pizza shop, but
Damn.
I was sitting down with the homie Bend the Knee. They walk in. His Steven Osiris walks in as well from Feature. If you don't know what Feature is, I would literally, when Feature drops a token, be going crazy with Feature because they are literally changing the Hollywood game. They literally bought Ari Arad and Jerome Chen from Love, Death, and Robots, and they brought that to Ben Morrow, which, if you don't know who Ari Arad is, he sold Marvel to Disney. He was part of Marvel for a long time. But I was sitting at this pizza shop and they were like, "Young, we love you. You want to see this video?" And then they showed me the trailer literally on a phone. From that point on, I was like, everyone on Twitter, buy Huxley. This trailer, NFT NYC was when? October.
November.
November.
October, yeah, end of October.
Yeah, it was like the Halloween and then first and second. Yeah. So November, December, January, 3 months keeping this to myself. I had to go big. So thanks to them for showing me, because that changed the entire thing.
I mean, that's like not even fair, but you deserve it.
For real.
That's amazing that you just like actually saw, and then you also kept quiet. Very loyal. I love that.
Yeah, there is someone wants to know where Feature they can find Feature. I will tell you their Twitter. It is Feature.io on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Very undiscovered Hollywood. Whatever they touch is gonna turn to gold. So just follow what they touch and go in their Discord and ask questions. This is how you'll find the alpha. This is the way. Shout out to Laura
because
Zombie.
they have the resources to do it. They have the experience to do it. They came in and it's just kind of like you said, like no noise, just kind of like dropped the work. And to me, like that's, we have so many people coming in and out that are like you said, me, this, that. But like they just literally came in and just like, dropped it and everybody was like, whoa. So. Dude,
that's for sure. I mean, I think they have a partnership with Bay C as well on Feature. So that's another thing that's Features about to bring in the real world IP for the Bored Apes. So, I mean, you're right there with Kiki. They literally are going to probably be knocking in your door.
We'll see. I mean, Kiki is always up for looking at any opportunity that comes her way. She's her own person, makes her own decisions. So yeah, like that would be great. And I mean, I'm assuming that like from Parrot, because you said, I'm going to just rewind a little bit where you said you kind of like built up with Parallel and Top Shot. And so Parallel, I was also kind of late too, because I just had, it takes me a while to like catch up to things when coming into NFT, like, I don't know, kind of late. So for me, like Parallel, I did the drops.
You got a pack?
I got 2 packs. I did 2 packs. I have been following Parallel for a long time. Their Discord is super, super insane. Like cool, nerdy kids who are just like strategizing all the time. So I'm just curious, like, how did you come into Parallel? What do you like about it? All that.
Oh man, Parallel. Special shout out to Mr. Gone and Kaglos and Evan and all the homies out there. They are Cali. They are a bunch of special Goonies that don't stop. And this was Mr. Gone's idea. Just a kid looking at the thin glass of a comic book store and seeing Magic the Gathering at 12, he said. And he was like, yo, these cards are crazy expensive. And from that point, at 12-year-old, he just started to develop a sci-fi style game. And there's very few sci-fi trading card games here, especially with kind of Beeple style art. So once I saw the Beeple style art, sci-fi, which I love sci-fi, that's why I'm in Huxley, I just put it all together. They literally had a Twitter space in February when there was like 4 people in there, and I was one. And they were like, hey guys, we're creating this story with 5 parallels, and we have a pack drop, and if you get the pack drop, thank you. That's pretty much it. There was no incentivizing, there was no like trolling or like leaking other things. I ended up buying their packs, the PD1 pack, Parallel Drop 1, the Alpha set, was like 15 cards in that alpha set, PD15. I ended up getting like 10 of them, and then they ended up sending me prime keys for every parallel card.
Oh my god.
So you're talking about 11 prime keys at that time.
What?
And prime keys are sitting at a nice 25 ETH now. So it's like, I could trade those for a Bored Ape, but I want to ride with the people who started from zero and now they're worth $500 million evaluation, probably $1 billion at this point. And don't say the word, but the feature's talking with them. There's a bunch of shit on the table with that IP, and they're just good people. They're all around good souls. And NFT NYC, they didn't even do any flashy shit. They just did a game tournament and gave away a really expensive parallel laptop to their community, had some tequila, and we were all just vibing. The CEO of YouTube is invested in them, so they're really cool.
Wow. And what a journey for them too, because just from starting in February and now they have like this full ass game. I guess they still have a ways to go, but it's like pretty set. Like everybody who's in it is 100% in it.
Yeah,
they're ready. Yeah.
And this is why I love you asking about that, because very few Bored Apes ask those questions about. I feel like Bored Apes live in their own world, and it's like I even talked to Josh Ong. He was like, "Dude, I'm so upset I missed Parallel. I love seeing these two cross IPs coming together because it's like so beautiful."
Actually, I was at Josh's house in his home with my laptop open during NFT NYC for the drop, which I did not get that drop, but I tried. But we were both like, excuse me, to our spouses and like the kids. We were like, we have to get this Parallel drop.
Did the Parallel drop happen at NFT NYC for real?
There was a drop. I don't think it was a multiple drop. I think it was like 3 cards maybe. But there was one during that time because I was sitting in Josh Ong's kitchen and we were like, guys, we all have to hold on because we have to grab these cards real quick.
Why didn't they put you in the Twitter the hexagon thing commercial? You need to be in that commercial, fam.
Oh no, I'm good. No, I'm fine.
No, you don't want to be in that commercial? Peter, tell her, dude. P-Fang?
Yeah, Peter should do it. You
guys both should do it. Eat an ice cream cone or something.
No, I am a nerd at heart, and I really love, I didn't have those card games. Like, what is that? My roommate used to play Settlers.
Settlers of Catan? That's like board game type, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like, Magic, they were playing it all the time. Like at my high school, they were like doing all that. So like, I just never got into it. But now that I'm in NFT, I'm like seeing it happen again. But now I'm like interested because I love like strategy and gameplay. So, but NFTs did that for me.
Yeah.
Were you always like a game player in that sense? Or?
Oh yeah, hold on, I gotta show you something. Don't make fun of my pants either. I found this shit in my stash. You know what this is?
Oh, are those like 64 Sega? Wait, Jurassic Park.
Sega Genesis.
Sega Genesis.
Mortal
yeah, I was
Kombat.
like, those look like Sega cards. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Mortal Kombat I played endlessly.
Bro, so fucking nostalgic when it came to the gaming. We still went outside, but damn, those games were really bad, but at the time they were really good. And yeah, that's what really shout out to my dad for bringing that Sega home and that Nintendo, because it's always the parents, and that's why I'm trying to pour that over to my son or daughter, because I'm just gonna bring them. There's so many people that have introduced to NFT. Shout out to Kelsey, she's a single mom. She got her son excited about NFTs, and she's a single mom, and she's doing and building her collection, and it's just cool that families can share these moments, man. It's about the community, for real.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of stories. Someone that collects a piece of my art, he came to the NFTBA event last time, and he was telling me that his son, who's 16, was like, oh, so embarrassing, you're into NFTs. And then eventually his son came around and was like, I want to start trading with you. I want to like teach me about this BAYC that you have. Teach me how to like trade. And so he said that they had a really hard time connecting with each other before that. And ever since NFTs, they have like this buffer, this thing to connect over. And I just think that's like the most amazing story. Like, it's very touching to me.
That is beautiful. I mean, you know, I'm not the most handy person, and my dad was always a super handyman, and I could never connect because I don't fucking want to do wood glue shit. Like, I just don't want to do that. So it's nice that you know, we can find some common ground, and NFTs make it easy.
Yeah, and also I think this is correct that because your dad was a writer, right? Your dad was a writer?
No, my dad, he's not a writer. No writer.
Oh, sorry. I thought he was a writer. So how did, like, before, how did you connect with your dad? I'm just curious, like video games and...
Video games.
Is that like... Yeah.
It was through video games. It was through food. Definitely, he was a great chef. He used to throw it down. Still does. And, you know, he's been through his own demons and stuff as well. So just being gracious with him and stuff. And now him seeing... like, it's crazy because... You know, these NFT profits are eventually gonna make me buy a lake house for my parents. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is like means more to me than any of these collections. You know, and that's what I want. I want to spend time with my family and share the spoils together. So
that's amazing. I know that you will one day.
Yeah.
I know you will one day. Do they get this? Do they understand like what it is that you're doing?
They really do. They do. I mean, Pops, when I go see him, he's like, you know, you told me about Bitcoin early and I didn't listen. You told me about NFTs early and I didn't listen. It's like, next thing you say, I'm listening to. And you know what I said? Huxley, Pops.
Did he buy?
Yeah, he got an issue one.
Oh, great.
So he's chilling. So, you know, these are, you know, it's just, what about your parents? Are they get it? They're proud? Are they dabbling now?
I don't think they like fully understand. My mom kind of like has always been an encourager of my like harebrained ideas ever since I was young, and she's just like, you're special in some way. I don't know.
What kind of braiding you had back in the day? Like 4 buns?
What's that?
What kind of braiding? You said braiding, hair braiding?
Oh no, my hair-brained ideas. Like,
okay.
Just the random shit that I would be like, hey mom, like I want to do this. And she's like, okay, you know.
Nice.
So she was at work, and I think this is the moment she really got it. Somebody at work was talking about Bored Ape. And my mom was like, wait a minute, like, what do you mean Bored Ape? She's like, you mean those little like pictures of the apes? And they're like, yeah. And so she's like, oh, my daughter has one. And they were like, oh, really? Like, show us what she has. And she's like, oh, I don't know, her name is Kiki. And then the guy was like, what? Like, do you know that your
daughter is a fucking
famous?
legend?
And my mom was like, what? And then they told her how much the apes cost at the time. The floor was very high. And so she like dropped everything and called me and was like, what the fuck? And then like I feel like ever since then, like she gets it now. And then she like even asked me like, could I trade for her, which I will never do because I can't really trade other people's money. I mean, I don't know if your dad asked you, but
hold on, I gotta give you the special sound. Here it goes, guys. I mean, she's gonna give you the sound. Alpha plays only. Alpha plays only. That is an alpha play for sure. That is an honorable thing to have your mom geek out for you.
Yeah.
And this goes into, and even Steph says that, she said that's epic. I want to go into the conversation of rarity doesn't equal higher value to me. Like what you're doing with the Elite Apes is going to yield a higher value. One is playing this short-term rarity game. The other is playing this like other strategy, this this identity game, and we'll see which one is going to win at the top.
Yeah, I mean, there are rarities that will for sure always be, you know, coveted and, you know, be a way above any floor that Kiki could stand on. But like what I'm trying to do for Kiki is like not just create value for the apes, but for her NFT life, like setting her up for royalty, setting her up for whatever. So like if I don't keep her forever, whoever gets her next is going to benefit from all of these things that, you know, that I've set up. And not just me.
You would give it away? What?
No. I'm just saying, like,
Oh.
one day,
What
if
the
it ever
fuck?
happened, that I was done and wanted Kiki to like move on to another family, like, these are all very beneficial and things that bring this NFT value. Like, it's not just the NFT and the ownership of it. It's like an entire life cycle of royalties and passive income that somebody would be inheriting as well.
That's huge.
That's kind of how I look at it.
That's huge. What happens when Kiki is famous and you walk into a room and you're just getting bombarded? Like, what would you do? Would you have bodyguards? Like, what are you gonna do?
No, I mean, nobody really knows who I am all that much. Like, if they see Kiki, like, they know like her face usually, but they don't remember or know that she's mine. So, but I kind of like it that way. I mean, I don't know how but you have NFTs too, but yours like Parallel or the Huxley or whatever, and it's not really like a branded thing. But I think your face is very recognizable. Like, people see you and they know who you are. So
For sure.
how does that feel?
Yeah, I need to shave the stash for sure. Change the glasses.
I saw
to
you
purple.
a very different look too. Like, you had your hair back in like a man bun, and then it was like you and JN Silva were on at the same time, and you both had your hair the same way, so it kind of looked like a mirror.
Shut up, JN. You just mentioned JN. He got into Parallel early too. You just mentioned the homie.
Yeah,
I love JN.
yeah. Well, he goes to he plays at NFTBA sometimes too.
What?
So. Yeah, he was there.
He's a baller.
So,
I know he's a baller.
yeah, he's a baller.
Damn, bro. So did JN Silva, the character.
Yeah.
Best face. No, you, Laura. Wow, that's cool. Jay and I remember going to NFT NYC and there was this party for Cascade. I don't know if you were there for that Cascade DJ party, but I went into the VIP section upstairs with Huxley was in there, and then Jayan was like, yeah, and then I was like, we look alike. I'm like, that dang.
Yeah, you guys were like mirror images then. I saw the picture and I was like, whoa.
Does Pete Fang, he could ball down too. I know, I see him shoot his shots. Peter
Fang is a baller.
Damn.
And especially in his younger days, he was like hot. I mean, he claims that he's not now, but he's still got it.
You know you're a baller when they do the layups with the other hand on the other side,
Yeah.
And they're just like super smooth with it. That's how you know they're a baller.
Yeah, but it's been really fun, on that journey with him too. And I'm just curious, like, did you bring any of your friends into NFT and crypto, and like who, like, name like 2 people that you brought in that you're just like, wow, like this was great?
Yeah, there's a lot of people I brought in. I literally have a lot of Padawans, which I love. We call them ninjas. But one of them that sticks out to me is, her name is Diamond Doll. And she is the beloved of Tony Bravado, who is a black cat from the Gutter Cats. And
nice.
He works for Valiant. But Diamond Doll is his beloved, and she is literally took in this space and ran with it. It's hard. It's not hard as a woman, but just for her to be like vocal and in these projects, going to ETH Denver, kicking the front door in, being on the House of First with the RSOP, like really proud of her for what she's doing, her growth. I think she's gonna leave her job at Microsoft for this shit. So she's really super. She's a nerd like all of us. So she's just finding her lane. And then who else? I got a guy that I'm interviewing on Friday, shameless plug, named Durag Dev, and he literally he was struggling last year, found the dojo. He told me that he was grateful that we accepted him from where he was at instead of where he was going before. We have a really good way of showing love in the dojo. It's very contagious, and I'm looking forward to hearing more of his story, but he's killing it in the metaverse fashion game, and he's about to enter into space and take over. The baby's wearing his stuff, Billie Eilish is wearing his stuff, and he's only like 25, and he's killing the game. So he's about to enter into a new way in Web3, so I'm looking forward to him. And he's in the dojo, so shout out to Diamond Doll, Durag Dev.
Wait, I gotta follow him, because right now I'm also like really into wearables, and like, Genie's just opened up like, hey, if you're a creator, sign up to possibly be in the marketplace. And that's just like an area that is gonna like,
I'm telling you
explode.
This. Kiki would look good in his this. I think this costs like $400-$500. It's a high-end brand called Luxois. And he sent me something, and I still have to wear this, but Kiki would look good in this though. It's like his
that's
own
nice.
Japanese pattern.
I love that. I love that.
If you
Nice print.
and it's reversible too, so the reversible is crazy.
Oh, I like that. I love reversible things.
Yeah, Kiki will look
I
good in
feel
this
like
one.
there's not enough of that. So what is his what's his Twitter?
His Twitter is Durag DURAG Dev.
Dev.
And he's a young, up and coming. You can see all his photos. You know, he's big in the Asian market, but he's just this dreadhead dude that just fucking loves anime, and he's just himself. And yeah, I'm looking forward to talking to him on Friday.
Hawaiian Island, right? Hawaiian Island.
Let me see. It's at Durag, DURAGDEV.
Yeah. Oh wait, wrong one. Got it.
And I will put it in the chat too. Of the
Oh
Discord.
yes, okay. Yeah, I actually follow Diamond Doll. I've been kind of like looking at her. I don't know why, like it just kind of came up recently, so I've been looking at her stuff too. So
Yeah, you guys should collab for sure. You guys, she'll see you in. Are you going to NFTLA at all for any of the events, or you should come up to the Huxley event? You and Pete.
I would like that.
They're gonna have a lot of big names in there. It's gonna be a nice party.
Yeah, I'm down for the Huxley event. I gotta buy an issue first. Ugh.
Yeah, just buy issue number 3.
I know I should. I want one though, but anyway.
It's better to buy something at a 2x than a 6x. I should have done that with Bored Apes.
I just am one of those people, like if one crayon is missing from the box, it's like I obsess over it. Like I need to have the set.
Do you have a full set of
Basie?
Basie?
No, but you know what I mean? Like it's like to get the avatar, you have to have like 2 of these, 1 of these in combination of this. And I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, I might as well get issue 1. Like that's my first step.
Yeah. You have to have the full crayons. I like that analogy.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've like had so much fun. I don't know if you have to go, but I do have a couple more questions for you, if you are willing. What is your absolutely most craziest NFT collecting or trading experience?
Most craziest experience. My most craziest experience. Yeah, that's tough. I think one of my craziest stories, and I'm sorry, Isaiah. I don't want to put you under the bus. I do love you a lot, Isaiah. But I ended up giving a homie a dead fella. I give a lot of homies dead fellas to get them in the game. And this one occasion, I gave the homie a dead fella, and this is just a glorious story because it makes me laugh. You know, right now it's worth what it was worth 10 G's at that time, and he ended up getting scammed, hitting a fake collab land link, and losing all that collection I gave him. And then he just called me frantic, and I was like, dude, don't worry. And then I gave him another NFT, and he's sitting pretty. He's okay. I really want him to get into the music game, but you know, giving people stuff and then having them like get it stolen sucks ass, because it's like, damn, I should have just kept it. But
then you came back and gave him more, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to, you know, when people go into the space, you know, when they get burned one time, they leave. I don't like that. We got to do something, and there's no insurance in this space, so if I could do something to help somebody in that moment, it's cool.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I mean, it's not great that it happened, but it's great that you're looking out for people like that in that way. It's pretty important. I mean, we should all do what we can. I just hate the whole like link game. I just think it's just so sad how like people come in and like ruin everything by being so greedy like that. So
do you miss Gas Wars, or do you like whitelisting? Because I talked to AG today. He was like, you know, the Gas War brought me back. Parallel had a Gas War today because they did a surprise stealth mint, and it was a Gas War.
I missed it. Okay.
It was a Gas War. It was like the old days. This literally was the old days. Gas way at 500-600. You know, this Discord is like, no, what the fuck? No, I can't get in. What do I do? You know, should I reset? Should I speed up? You know, it's just the same shit that we've got accustomed to.
I miss the Gas Wars. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I hate the whitelist grinds. Like it's not even that I'm lazy. It's just like I'm trying to do something here. Like why I as Peter would say, that's what the money's for.
Yes.
Like, we're already going to pay you, you know, for the NFT. Like, why do I have to do extra work to get it? Like, just give me the gas for it. I don't know. Like, give us a solution to the gas. How about that?
For real. I mean, it's gas wars makes sense if you have like a project you really love and you're flipping to like using that ETH to cover the gas, then I can see why you're justifying spending an ETH to, you know, max mint out on something. You should be prepared for that though. There's a lot of shit that you can flip to get 1.5 ETH for your gas, and then all of a sudden come up on a really good blue chip. Like, it's not all just doom and gloom. Like, you have to have a strategy here, you know?
Yeah. And also, I think just lately I've been finding myself on secondary way more than I used to be, and just being like, I would have paid that in gas anyway. Like, I'm just gonna grab it, you know.
What are you buying on secondary? I really want to know, because like Kelsey and the homies, Steph, all are here, and Kelsey's always looking at the OpenSea, just seeing what she can kind of like buy on the floor. Anything that sticks out to you on that top 100?
I bought Tubbies. I bought a couple of Tubbies. Let me look at I bought the MF for chicks before like it kind of got too crazy, but I really like mine. I don't know if I would be able to, I could sell one of them, but I'm attached to the other one.
Is MF for chicks just the parody of MFers?
Yeah, it's just like a chick derivative.
Oh, love that.
It's actually really fun. It's super fun. And, you know, I'm not one to like constantly be looking at the floor or anything. Like, I am a diamond hander. So, you know, trading is kind of still new to me. So I'm sure I'll trade one of them. But I did like Turtle Town, which is like a total junk buy.
Is it the floor still 5X or something?
Cute. No.
Okay. Oh, you like it though. That's a 5X mental.
Yeah, I like it. What other things have I don't know. Like, I've just been kind of like on Top Shot lately. I haven't really like minted much. I've just been kind of getting airdrops and like PV stuff. The origin stories I bought, that kind of thing. I think the Tubby Cats were like, here's to satisfy your like NFT thing.
Damn, you got Tubby Cats though. You did get Tubby.
Yeah, I have two of them.
Bro, I remember Tubby Cats like 4 months ago, and now, you know, it was like this cat meta just popped off. Cat blocks, cat Boudica, Tubbies. It's like everyone, it's like cats dominate. If you really just, you don't really need to know too much. Just know that if it's a good cat, it's gonna dominate.
If it's a cat, people love the cats. That's what they say.
For real.
What about you? What have you bought lately besides Huxley? Besides your stealth?
I bought Cat Boudica. There was a project today that came out called GI Toads. Keep your eye on that. GI Toads. Don't get no fucking scam. I mean, where are they at right now? On OpenSea. Hold on.
Oh, these are interesting. Oh wait.
GI Toads. It's I think a project connected with Gremlin somehow, but you know, the Cryptodes. I think that was a big popular thing. Let me see where their floor is at. GI Toads. Yeah, their floor is falling. So when I saw it, it was like 0.15. So, you know, every time something pre-reveal, after reveal, it tends to dump. So maybe keep your eyes on this. I mean, D's.
Yeah.
He likes this. He talked about it. D's, if you know D's.
Yeah.
So yeah, GI Toads might be the thing. That's kind of something I'm probably dabbling into. And then I'm really bullish on Hoff.
And this was just like 40 minutes ago, mint.
Yeah, it minted like 3 hours ago, but
3 hours ago.
Yeah, this is you know, I'm kind of done chasing projects that aren't like Huxley. I'm telling you, you gotta have a trailer set up. You know, I'm like a spoiled brat now.
Well, yeah, because, you know, like those people are not going to just like up and run, and then you're going to be left with nothing, you know, and these are like longevity plays. Like, these are long haul plays, just like Punk's comic. The first thing that I did when I sold all of my art out was go buy more Punk's comics, because I was like, this is going to retain value.
Do you have a
whether I keep it or not?
You have the DAO token?
What's that? Yes.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
I have the DAO
powerful.
token. I don't have a mint pass or a meta hero, and that's just I think I told you that story. Like, I sold to complete the cool cat set.
Yeah.
For Top Shot, but I don't regret it.
Yeah.
But I do kind of wish that I had a meta hero.
And you're
Do you have
still
a meta
playing
hero?
around in Solana too.
I don't. I
No.
don't play with Solana, no.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
I don't because I'm like I just don't add that. But I do DeFi Kingdom
Yeah, how's DK
and
going?
treasures. You know, I'm just mining for Jewel and waiting for it
They
to
haven't
kinda,
pulled like
recover.
a blue. They haven't pulled a blute, right? They haven't did a beanie blute
No.
rug pull
no.
thing, right?
No. And I started collecting treasures too. I mean, I'm probably a little late to that as well, but the floor is really low right now, so I'm kind of just stocking up.
You would kill it. You ever heard of Elden Ring?
I just heard about that.
Yeah, you should. Yo, Pete, get on Elden Ring, bro. So then, when the RPG comes out, play to earn RPG, you can just take that DeFi Kingdom thing and just rack it up. That's you literally right now training yourself to be the best RPG play to earn player. Like seriously, we're in training right now. This is not just hanging around lollygagging. We're training.
Putting it on the list. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, like I just think it's really fun to find people that are like actively playing these games and not just like, you know, flipping, because it kind of brings like a new depth, a new element. Like, you know, Lou from Lucky Trader.
No, I think I do know Lou from Lucky Trader. Yeah.
Yeah, so he and I were like, you know, deep into like summoning the heroes in DeFi Kingdom, like how to summon the right ones to like create the perfect hero for the next quest type of thing. And I just really like that kind of stuff. And I know you do too, because you're a video game player.
Look,
so
you have to get a human avatar from Huxley. You will use it for your questing. It's serious. I'm serious.
I know.
And there's woman avatars. I'm telling you. Even if you bought a Genesis token right now, just fuck it. Just don't buy the comments. Just buy the Genesis token. I'll send it to you.
Okay. No, don't send it to me. Oh yeah, send me the link.
Send you the info.
Yeah. Okay.
You'll mint. There's only gonna be 3,000 of those humans, but that's this game that he's making, Huxley, is gonna be like Destiny. So
I know
like
that
Halo.
You're right.
We're talking multiplayer PvE Hux token type of shit, and Destiny is still relevant to this day. You know.
Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, it's time. Especially we want you in the community. You know, we don't got enough fucking girls in the community. It's a bunch of fucking sweaty monster wearing shirts, monster tees, balding in the middle of the head guys.
Yeah. Well, I'll be on that tonight. I'll be on that.
It's worth it. You do have the liquidity. You're a whale. Sell some Top Shot shit. You get in.
Okay.
NFA.
DYOR.
Hold on, put the baby soundtrack.
Let's go.
I only have one more question for you.
This is the way.
And it's, now that you're like all in this, like you're in Huxley, you've got all this stuff going on for you, you've dropped your talisman. Do you have a goal yet that you haven't vision boarded, that you're kind of just like is in your brain, like bouncing around?
Wow, good question. Another good one. You're really hitting the soul pillars of the dojo. I think you hit them all. Trinity. It would be two things. One of them is going to be a dojo getaway for the dojo.
Ooh.
So I'm trying to really recruit some of the best healers in the game, yoga, astrologists, herbalists, tincture, and just really also have music, rave, dope selection, soul funk style music, and bring that together whether it's in a dojo somewhere that's get created. You know, you've seen the Gutter Cats. I'm in talks with them, what they did with the Miami experience. I want an experience like that where we just vibed out with the gang and guests like yourself, Pete, Steph, and then like legends in that sense. And then the young content, don't get it twisted. I'm about to go Hollywood. I mean, I signed with Feature. People don't know that, but I did sign with Feature.
Wow.
They have a bunch of cool like mocap machines they want to put me in, and me running around the metaverse and of my toy. And I just want my toy to become so gravitational in vibration to people and their energy, showing love, showing the way at the alpha plays. And I just want to hang out with the homies in Web3 in the metaverse. That's really the two things. Dojo, hang out with people in Web3 in the metaverse.
Those are huge plans. And by the way, your toy is like really super cute. I really love your toy. It's cute.
For sure, the OG one is the best one.
Yeah, you got to get a Reiki healer too at your festival.
Dude, Reiki's underrated.
Yeah, totally.
I
read tarot. I don't know if you know that. I did that for the Divine Project, Divine Zodiac.
You will be there in the Dojo Getaway. You have to, in a sense, people just want to see like people that
real things,
real cool people. So you're really cool. Tarot is I need to get a good tarot reading. I'm exploring. What am I exploring right now? There's this like machine I want to buy that's like put electric pulses on your body and it builds muscle, and it takes away all the like the kinks, whatever problem with your body with like as far as like knots or like kinks or like certain arthritis. It literally attacks that point. It goes there first. I have one
of those. It's mini. It's like I got it on Amazon, and it's like a massager almost. Like
you put this one is the big boy one. Points. It's like 15 G's.
I see. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I don't have that one. Mine's like $60.
Yeah, and I need to get back to the gym. I don't go to the gym too much.
Yeah, is that something that you used to do a lot before NFTs?
No, I hate the gym. I'm so fucking not gym, no sports. I'm like.
What about like hikes?
Yeah, that stuff for sure. Hiking. Water, swimming, big swimmer, did swimming in high school. So when I could get to the water, that's where I could build.
Yeah, it's just refreshing to be there, to be like near water.
Yeah. Who are you gonna take over next? You're fucking on a rampage.
I don't know. I just was like inspired to do this because I literally could not find information on you. I was just curious, like. Like you just get curious about people. I'm curious about a lot of people, like that's what led me to the pseudo twins, to you, to just all these people, because you guys are always telling us about others, but we don't really know that much about you. So I don't know, I guess when it strikes me.
Oh, thank you for doing this. I mean, hopefully you didn't dirty the floor, because that's a pet peeve of mine. Take your shoes off.
No, I didn't.
Before you get into the dojo.
I took my shoes off every time. You don't wear the shoes in the house.
Good. She knows. Yeah. Don't come in my shoe. Don't come in the dojo with shoes, ninjas.
Yeah.
Take that. Take those cloth shoes to the laundromat. It's next door.
Far East Movement even says leave your shoes at the door.
For real. You know the drill.
Yeah. But I want to thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to interview you. I learned so much about you. A lot of alpha came out of this too. Like I'm gonna be looking out for your stuff.
Oh, dude, it's just the beginning. We're not. People think we're in a bear market, but if you know how to, if you know how to use your shovel and axe, you know how to, feed yourself. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. And I'm definitely gonna be joining your Discord and putting on noties and all that.
Please. It's not just me. It's a bunch of the gurus and ninjas. They work together. It's a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
And it's not just me. It's like a well-oiled machine of all these people that are, and it's small enough where you can kind of have your voice heard. It's really cool.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait. And then, I want to extend the same thing that you extended to me last time, because it really allowed me to be present in the moment with you and just ask, like, is there anything at this moment before we wrap up that is on your mind that you want to say to others, or, or nothing at all?
All right, I got you. Let me hit the gong. I mean, you want to hit the gong? Tell me when. You can hit it?
Ready? Go.
You guys know the drill. I got one word, and I'm not even going to say it. But you know the word. And that's it. Live the dream, eat vegan ice cream, and above all, stay content. Peace. You gotta actually say that. Fuck. All right, go ahead.
Peace.
Hold on, let me put this song on. You're gonna put the song on, actually. Peace, TOPSHOTSWICKIE. Later, gang.
Peace to you.